In this video, I will explain how to encrypt and decrypt text using the Porta Cipher. So here's the idea behind this cipher. Let's say we have the plain text, "We all love math," and we want to encrypt it. To do so, we're going to use this 13 by 13 lookup table, where the column headers are the first 13 letters of the alphabet, so A through M, and then the row headers represent the entire alphabet, where each letter is grouped into pairs of 2. So the first row is AB, the second row is CD, the third row is EF, and so on. Now, this first row within the table itself is just the second 13 letters of the alphabet, so N through Z. And then each row below it is created by just shifting this row once to the left. So if we want to encrypt this plain text, the first thing we need to do is pick a keyword. So let's say we pick the keyword check. What we're going to do is write this keyword over and over again over the plain text until it matches the length of the plain text. So we'll write C, H, E, C, K, and then we'll start over again. C, H, E, C, K, and then we'll start over again. C, H, E, and then we'll stop there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work with these letter pairs that we've formed. So the first pair is C, W. So first we need to find C among the row headers. So here's C in this box right here. Then we need to find W among the column headers. So we can see we can't find W anywhere in the column. So then what we do is we just find W in this row itself. So we can see there's a W right here. So the letter that we will return will be the column header that corresponds to this W, which is I. So the first letter in our ciphertext is going to be I. So we'll write an I right there. All right, next we'll continue on with our next pair of letters. So we'll find H among the rows and E among the columns. So here's H in the rows, and then we look for E in the column headers. Here's E, and we find where they intersect. So they intersect at a character of U. So U will be our next letter in the ciphertext. And then we'll continue to the next letter pair. So we'll find E among the rows and A among the columns. So here's E, and here's A among the columns, and they intersect at the character P. So P will be the next letter in our ciphertext. Then we'll continue to C, L. So we'll find C among the rows and L among the columns. And we can see that they intersect at a character of Z. So Z will be the next letter in our ciphertext. And we're just going to continue in this same manner until we have encrypted all of these letter pairs. And if you do that, here is what the ciphertext turns out to be. So that is how you can encrypt text using the Porta Cipher. All right, now let's say that we're given this ciphertext and we want to decrypt it. In order to do so, we need to know the keyword that was used to encrypt it in the first place. So let's say we know that the key was check. What we're going to do is write this keyword over and over again above the ciphertext. Then we're going to work with letter pairs again to decrypt this text. So first we'll work with C, I. So we need to find C among the row headers. So here's the C. And then we need to find I among the column headers. So here's I. And we'll just find where they intersect in the table, which is at the letter W. So W will be the first letter in our plain text. Then we'll move on to the next letter pair. So we have H and U. So we'll find H among the row headers, and then we'll find U among the column headers. So we can't find U among these column headers, so that means we need to look for U within the row itself. So here's U, and then we're going to write what the column header is that corresponds to that, which is E. So E will be our next letter in the plain text. Then we'll move on to the next letter pair. So we have E and P. So here's E among the rows, and then we look for P among the columns, but we can't find it, so then we need to look for P within the row itself. So here's P, so what we're going to write is A, the column header that corresponds to that. So that's our next letter in the plain text. And then we'll just continue in this manner until we have decrypted all of the letter pairs. And once you do that, you will find that the plain text was "We all love math." So those were just a couple quick examples of how to encrypt and decrypt text using the Porta Cipher.